On the cusp of the city that bore the greatest of the greatest generation lives one of the world's most powerful museum experiences. The National Museum of the Mighty Eighth Air Force is filled with the history of the world's most revered flying armada. Established in Savannah a month after Pearl Harbor, it had 7 men with no planes. Through painstaking research and unflinching dedication to their glory, the museum has captured for history the saga of the 350,000 Americans who served in the 8th. Americans whose heroism could not be pierced by bombs or bullets, flak or shrapnel, fire or fear.
That's 20,000 young men up there in the sky that I used to watch go to war when I was a kid.
Roger Freeman, who passed away in 2005, was the definitive voice of the Mighty Eighth Air Force. As a boy in England, he was fascinated with the courage of the young Americans taking to the sky from the fields of Britain.
The American boys, particularly on the bomber bases, became to the British our boys. They would count the bombers out and count them back. They understood that these were young Americans were giving their lives, spilling their blood in the same cause.
The Research Center at the museum is dedicated to Roger Freeman's memory and to his lifelong commitment to the Americans who rescued the world.
In the early days, only 1 in 3 had a chance of survival on those raids. It was as bad as that.
Within the walls of the Roger Freeman Research Center are over 10,000 reference books and over 50,000 unpublished photographs. The Research Center is also an indispensable resource for original diaries, letters, personal accounts, and oral histories. Of particular pride are the Congressional Medals of Honor awarded to William Lawley and Forrest Vossler, 2 of many earned by the Mighty Eighth Air Force.
Where we knew the losses were going to be horrendous, say against Schweinfurt and Berlin. General Spaatz asked me, he said, "Lyle, do you think the guys will go? You think they'll fly in the face of knowing that these losses are going to be horrendous?" I said, "You better believe they'll go." And they did.
The day may come when we will need courage like this again. The National Museum of the Mighty Eighth Air Force, with its careful recollection of the World War II experience, acquaints people of every corner with the flying fortress and liberators that rescued the world from darkness. These men and machines liberated the skies so that Allied armies could reclaim the world. This is a story that must be told, from father to daughter and mother to son, of an unthinkable darkness in the world and the courage and will of Americans to face impossible odds and triumph. That story is alive in one of the world's most powerful museum experiences, the National Museum of the Mighty Eighth Air Force.